Open on the unmistakable sound. Truckies could tell a Mack V8 was coming before they ever saw it. That deep, hammering, throbbing exhaust note that sounded like nothing else on the highway. Under the bonnet was something rare and special, a genuine diesel V8, 16 litres of it, that grew into a 500 horsepower legend in an era when that number was the holy grail. They called the engine family the E9, and to Mack fans, it is spoken of with something close to reverence. This is the story of the Mack E9 V8, the bulldog engine that roared, and the most charismatic diesel the Outback ever heard. In 1962, Mack engineers set out to build a heavy-duty diesel engine that defied the standard industry blueprint. At a time when the highway was dominated by the long, heavy inline-six, Mack chose to build a V8. The V8 configuration promised compact packaging and immediate torque, but it was notoriously difficult to design as a high-durability, four-stroke diesel. Competitors built their own V8 platforms, only to watch them fail under sustained loads or prove too thirsty for fleet operators. One by one, rival manufacturers abandoned the layout for highway trucks, retreating to the safety of the inline-six. Mack took a different path. By starting their diesel V8 program in 1962, they began a 40-year engineering effort. While the rest of the industry settled into the standard six-cylinder rhythm, Allentown developed a high-displacement block built to survive the extreme pressures of heavy transport. The reward was an engine that offered massive displacement in a compact footprint, allowing for shorter hood profiles and better weight distribution. It delivered a rapid-fire torqued curve and a hammering exhaust beat that gave the machine its soul. This long process of refinement eventually culminated in the ultimate expression of the design, securing Mack's place as the builder of the only truly successful four-stroke diesel V8 in heavy trucking history. By the late 1970s, the American highway was changing, and with it, the expectations of heavy-haul fleet operators. A fierce horsepower war was sweeping across the interstate system, threatening to leave Mack's earlier V8 designs behind. The industry giants were rapidly raising the stakes. Cummins unleashed the massive 1,150 cubic inch KTA, pushing top specifications toward a towering 600 horsepower. Detroit Diesel deployed the 2-stroke 8 V92, while Caterpillar fielded the heavy cast-iron 3,408 V8. These rivals redefined what a highway truck could pull, driving baseline expectations past the 400 horsepower mark. To survive this commercial onslaught, Mack needed a definitive answer. In 1980, the company streamlined its engine strategy and simplified its nomenclature, transitioning the 998 cubic inch platform from the E1000 designation to the E9 series. This was Mack's direct industrial counterpunch. The newly named E9 entered the market as a heavy displacement contender, putting the Bulldog firmly back in the 400 horsepower fight. But this launch rating was merely the opening move. Mack engineers designed the massive block with exceptional structural overhead, knowing the platform could handle far higher internal pressures. The E9 had entered the arena, and the race for ultimate diesel supremacy was officially on. The foundation of this power was a turbocharged 998 cubic inch V8 block. Mack designed the 16.4-litre displacement with a wide 5 3/8 inch bore and a 5.5 inch stroke, creating a low-speed powerhouse built to endure heavy loads. Factory outputs climbed steadily, moving from 400 horsepower to 450, and eventually reaching the benchmark 500 horsepower mark. The E9 conquered heavy haulage through deep metal engineering. It produced 1,850 pound-feet of torque low in the rev band, demanding internals that could withstand violent rotational forces. To maximize breathing, Mack deployed 4 valve per cylinder heads. This doubled the flow area, optimizing air intake and cylinder scavenging. but packing more air into the cylinders generated destructive combustion heat. Mack solved this by introducing a chassis-mounted charge air cooler, relocating the intercooler to the front of the vehicle. This system slashed intake air temperatures by 90 degrees Celsius. Cold, dense air entered the cylinders, allowing the single turbocharger to pack in more oxygen without thermal runaway. Every internal component was updated to survive the pressure. Mack's engineering revisions, documented under SAE paper 820030, added a high-capacity oil pump, enlarged main bearing journals, and forged pistons backed by target direct cooling nozzles. A high-pressure inline injection pump metered fuel precisely to match the massive boost. The E9's reputation rested on heavy cast iron designed to survive constant pressure. In the 1980s, 500 horsepower was the magic number, the holy grail for serious operators running the long-haul routes of North America. On the interstate, owner-drivers chased this benchmark by turning up the fuel pumps on their Cummins and Detroit engines. The results were often crude, producing plumes of thick black smoke and melted pistons with very little mechanical finesse. Mack delivered a different solution, offering 500 horsepower right off the showroom floor, fully warranted and engineered to last. To celebrate this milestone, the company built a machine that made this power visible. The 1985 Magnum Special Edition rolled out of the Hayward, California plant as a legend in the making. Limited to just 250 units, comprising 186 superliners and 64 cab-over ultraliners, the Magnum wore a solid black paint scheme, accented by bold red lettering. But the true pride of the truck was the E9 500 badge mounted on the hood. In a highway culture where status was measured by pulling power, that small chrome emblem carried immense weight. It told everyone at the truck stop that under the hood sat the ultimate factory-built V8. For the owner-drivers in the cab, the Magnum was a rolling statement of pride, a heavy-haul king that dominated the left lane with ease. In 1987, the French military selected the Mack E9 architecture to power its heavy armoured fleet. Renault Vehicles Industriels partnered with Mack, taking the legendary civilian V8 off the highway and sending it straight into active combat. Instead of pulling freight across the interstate, this American-designed powerhouse was adapted to drive the French Army's AMX-30 main battle tanks and heavy tank transporters. To survive the punishing demands of battlefield deployment, military engineers modified the massive block with heavy, mission-driven upgrades. They added twin Garrett turbochargers per bank, forcing massive volumes of pressurized air into the combustion chambers to achieve rapid-fire throttle response. They replaced the standard wet sump oil pan with a dedicated dry sump lubrication system, ensuring that the armoured vehicles could climb steep slopes and operate at extreme angles without starving the engine's crankshaft bearings of oil. These heavy tactical modifications pushed the E9's output far beyond its commercial highway limits. The V8 achieved a rating of about 700 horsepower in the heavy transporters and a towering 750 horsepower inside the AMX-30 battle tanks. By the late 1990s, more than 12,000 E9 engines had been built across both civilian and military configurations. This successful transition from interstate hauling to armoured warfare proved that Mack's V8 design possessed a level of durability that was impossible to dismiss. Today, as whisper-quiet efficiency dominates the highway, the E9 remains the high watermark of uncompromised mechanical soul. Because in the modern era, nothing will ever feel or sound like that bulldog pulling hard. What's your favourite Mack memory? Let us know in the comments.